Hey guys, Brian at BMC. This is our 30-inch light bar shootout. Today in our shootout, we're gonna compare two 30-inch light bars. The 30-inch Onx6 by Baja Designs and the 30-inch by MR Automotive. So the first comparison that we're gonna make is in bracketry, since mounting these lights is always the question most people have. When we compare the Onx bracket, this is a powder-coated stainless 1/4-inch bracket, bolts onto the bumper without any modification. And then we have the MR light, which looks to be about 1/8 of an inch. I'll just show you the comparison here in the middle. Looks to be painted, maybe powder coated, but 90-degree angle, not welded back behind it, but looks like it might hold this light. Second comparison we want to make is in the frame of the light itself. So the Baja Onx is billet aluminum. You can see that this is pretty high quality. It's got a large heat sink in the back, make sure that the light doesn't overheat. It is a one-piece solid frame with lens covers, and these lenses are replaceable, so you can change them up to your light pattern of choice. With the M&R, if we look at it, there is no heat sink on the back to dissipate heat. It looks to be a two-piece light, split in the middle, and looks to be made out of a cast aluminum. Comparing quality of the finishes, I just wanted to make a quick note. The Baja Designs one is anodized aluminum, so it's pretty much impossible to scratch, and if you do, you got to get pretty deep in the metal to do it. This one here looks to be powder coated, which over time will start to whiten out and wash out a little bit, and you'll start to get some wearing around the powder coat as it takes rocks and bugs and what have you. So we anticipate this one probably, well, it's already wearing through in a couple of finish areas just from shipping. This was the box that it came in. As you can see, it's a pretty small box, very little protection, so that might be how that damage got on there. But powder coated finish versus anodized finished, big difference in wearability over time. You can see they're both a 30-inch curved. This has no heat sink. This has a large heat sink in the back to make sure it doesn't overheat. This one has fixed lenses. Looks to be maybe a flood lens at the bottom of some kind and a spot in the middle, as to where the Baja has replaceable lenses. Here in the 30, you have 3 different pieces you can replace, so you can have different light patterns throughout. Baja also makes these lenses interchangeable with their U-Service program, so you can go from white to amber, you can go flood, you can go diffused, or you can go spot. Next comparison in the shootout is going to be wiring. That's the second most important question people ask. How do I hook it up? So when we look at the Baja one, you'll see Baja has their proprietary 3-pin connector. This has a backlight, power, and ground. And this also comes with a full upfitter harness made by Baja Designs, so it is a perfect fit. The M&R light has a 6-foot cord, and it just has 3 bare wires. There's no connections. And according to the instructions that we got from the company, this should be long enough to reach your upfitter, but there's no disconnecting the light. Once it's hooked up, it's a solid wire all the way to the light. So since we're comparing lights, we want to know how they shine. So let's look at the ratings first, and then we'll move over to the outside drone shots. This is rated at 31,920 lumen. We looked online, we couldn't find any rating for this one, so we're going to go ahead and put a lumen meter to it here shortly so you guys can see where this one stacks up against the Baja Onx6. All right guys, now it's time to take these two outside and see how they perform against each other. We're going to take the Baja Onx6, the M&R 30-inch, and we're going to put them to the test. So we found the darkest field we could, and we're about to compare the Baja Onx 30-inch light bar with the M&R 30-inch light bar. We're going to look for width, we're going to look for distance, and we're going to look for intensity. We're going to have a before and after drone and ground level so you can make the call yourself. Let's see who the winner is. As you can see, there is no holding a candle to this Baja light. Absolutely amazing in comparison to the performance of this one. Not sure where the origin of this one is, but we can say that Baja Designs is an American-owned company. They're out of California. Great folks. We're also a master distributor for Baja, so we wanted to get this review in because, you know, a lot of folks like putting these lights on the front of their trucks, and we wanted to give you guys a real comparison. Even though the Baja is a little bit more expensive, the light output is significantly different. So in this case, we're going to call it a winner for Baja, and we'll throw some numbers up on the screen here at the end so you can see how they compared. 29,000 lumens. This one rated a little over 10. So thanks for joining us today on our 30-inch light bar shootout. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Subscribe to BMC Lights on YouTube. Also give us a follow on Instagram and Facebook at bmclights.com. BMC is where heavy duty meets design.